Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, let's get ready to bundle! That's right, it's Monday morning. It's 8:30 in the morning here at a lovely spring morning. How many times am I going to say morning this morning? Here at Site B on this 10th day of July in the year of our Lord Hello Kitty 2023. And it's time to take a look at this week's selections of sales, freebies, and of course, bundles. As always, these are PDFs, guys, unless I specifically say otherwise. There will be no physical products sent to you. Some of them at the high level will offer to send you a copy of a book, but usually they're PDFs. They're digital stuff. They're not physical product. Because they are digital stuff, I want to remind everybody yet again that before you open any of these, especially the VTT or 3D printing files, check them for viruses and malwares, because there are some, out there always. It's a thing we have to worry about today in the digital world. And finally, in regards to the charity, still surprised I haven't gotten in trouble for saying this. Perhaps when dealing with charities, just give the money directly to the charity. Case in point, with the Owen Steffens charity, you can just go directly to Owen's page and donate to his hospital bills or his GoFundMe and skip the middleman. So, if you want to donate to a charity and you're not interested in the bundle, that's probably the best way to do it. Or you could just buy my merch, because I'm a charity case. We know that. All right, let's take a look. See what's going on this week. Bam! Number 1, we have from Modifius, the Quickstart rules for Co-Host Cthulhu, Roman Empire meets Lovecraftian mythos. 33-page with 6 pre-generated characters. This game was announced like 48 hours ago and somehow has already managed to dive deep end into the conspiracy, controversy, ridiculousness pool. Double D has talked about this on his page yesterday. I might mention it when we talk about the news. Definitely a long, unnecessary amount of controversy associated with this product by an individual who apparently isn't aware of how controversial Lovecraft was on his own. But if that's not enough, Modifius has also presented a quick start for their Dreams and Machines game. We went over that on Saturday. It was interesting. It didn't really, sing to me, a standout system-wise. It felt just sort of like, these are things I'll kind of feel like I've seen before. That said, it is, as far as I know, the only original IP that Modifius has done. If they have another one I'm not aware of, please let me know. So I'll be interested to see where they go with it. Level Up 5 has released a whole bunch of tokens. That's these things right here. Of course, this is a PDF freebie of tokens, which means they're going to be paper unless you have a high quality printer and that can print out cardstock. Or if you have a bunch of magic cards sitting around. Apparently there's a way to turn magic cards into tokens with a small button press. So that might be a good use for those unused magic cards. We have a VTT stuff for Forgotten Adventures, which is a piece of terrain pieces. And of course, these are all on Drive-Thru or DM's Guild, or so if either of these ever sound like something you want to pick up, they're going to be over at Drive-Thru or DM's Guild in the free section. We have something called the Not So Innocent Steamer Girl, a pre-generated NPC with 10 adventure seeds and a VTT ready token. So if you're looking to run some modern day or cyberpunk and you want a not so innocent streamer girl, for some reason, here we go. Menagerie Press has released a adventure for Kelsey's Shadow Dark. Yay, Shadow Dark. Currently, there's a huge Shadow Dark jam going on Itch.io, and somebody has even written Kelsey a Shadow Dark theme song. So if you're ever interested in what's going on with the darling game of the year, Shadow Dark by my friend Kelsey Dion, you should probably just head on over to the Arcane Library. But it looks like this adventure is for Shadow Dark. It's called the Tomb of the Hunters, and it's a 5-room mini dungeon worth about 10 experience points. We also have a new character class for Shadow Dark called the Harlequin. This comes to us from Barkon's Travels, and again is available on drive-thru. If you're looking for a dark fantasy horror RPG, we have one from Owlstein called Unleashed, where you play player characters chasing serial killers and other things that bump in the night. Elf Lair Games has released a quick start for their new game, Our Wasted Land, The Dreaming Age. It's set in a world where the old ones have disappeared, leaving behind their shining kingdoms in which humanity now rules. So fantasy post-apocalypse, I guess. Old School Essential has released another setting for their take on Traveler, the Cepheus. This is called The Age of Wonders. It's a science fantasy setting using the Cepheus Traveler engines. We have some new stuff for Cyborg, which just sounds awesome. We have the vat-grown chicken clone character choice for humanoid chickens in Cyborg, including both waffles, crispy nuggets, wild wings, and more. So a little silliness for the Cyborg setting, because at this point in time, can you really take Cyberpunk seriously? It almost feels like it's nostalgia, since the due date of the Cyberpunk era has already passed us by. And moving on to DM's Guild, we have a new magic item called from Zachariah. We have a new druid build called the Bestial Boon. This comes to us from Peter Leet and David S. Spill. We also have something called the Poisoner's Handbook from Peter Leet and David S. Spill, presenting us with rule supplements for poison making and assassination, also over at DM's Guild. We have a 2-page adventure from Guile Vert called Two Miniature Marines, where you are a third-level party and you stumble across tiny soldiers. We have the Goblin Arsenal, a 1-page list of unique weapons designed by goblins for goblins. You know who else did a goblin-centric book that's available for only $2 on Big Geek Emporium and has a goblin-centric book coming out pretty soon? That would be me. So, why don't you just head on over to Big Geek Emporium, link down below, and check out my merch, including goblet-centric shopping and goblet-centric weapons and armor, and rules for kit-bashing goblin stuff, available for $2. And who is making use of this arsenal? Well, we have an NPC goblin called Captain Grimsnag. We have the full background roleplay notes, unique goblin abilities, and a VTT token, all for a goblin war captain. We also have Bubble Gob, who is a wiry and eccentric goblin farmer, who has a pet pig called Truffles. This is a DM NPC build over on DM's Guild. We've got a new adventure from Jordan King called Much Ado About Dragons. This is a 5th level Forgotten Realms adventure for 5e. Kara Beekshire gives us the first issue of Quest magazine. In this one, they explore South America and the weapons, mythology, and history for South America. Quest magazine is a name that's already been used, Kara, so tread carefully. Nathan Ashley brings us King Avion's Quest. It's a 3rd level party adventure. It's set in the Icy North. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 new monster builds over on DM's Guild, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new subclasses for 5e. Remember, these are technically official 5th edition Wizards of the Coast builds, which means they're technically official, at least until the end of this year. And then when Wizards of the Coast, I don't know what they're going to do with DM's Guild, but we know they're not going to be making product on it anymore because all the product's going to be on D&D Beyond. So who knows? But for now, these are still technically official because they're on DM's Guild. So there you go. Moving on to sales. Fantasy Grounds is running a huge sale. It's got a huge discount at all the licenses, 50% off for the standard license, 30% off for the ultimate license, and up to 50% off for all the add-ons. So if you've never run Fantasy Grounds and you want to get into it, you can get the full official running software, hardware, everything you need for 50% off. And then you can add on things. Each one, additional one's about 50% off. So these things run usually about anywhere from 10 to 30 bucks. So if you wanted to get the main program, and pick up the Pathfinder second edition, that would be, an addition 50% off, and the main program is 50% off. So yeah, right now they have licenses for Pathfinder, Starfinder, Cyberpunk, Savage Worlds, Traveler, Tales from the Demon Lord, Vampire the Masquerade, Star Trek Adventures, Dungeon Crawl Classics, Vastin, and of course 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, at least till the end of this year. But this is software, a lot of software. So before you install this, maybe, I don't know, check it for viruses. There's a 40% off sale on, which one is this? Roll20, of all the Wizards of the Coast product: Player's Handbook, Monster Manual, Dungeon Master's Guide, blah blah, Curse of Strahd, a couple of the adventures. These are all on sale, up to 40% off. So that means if you want to get the Dungeons and Dragons Player's Handbook to run on Roll20, it's $44.99. That's 40% off. That is not much of a sale. The Monster Manual is $70. Wow. And if that's 40% off, what was it when it wasn't 70? $100 something to get the 5e Monster Manual VTT content? If I'm going to spend $70, it's not going to be on a VTT book, especially since we don't know what's going to happen with all the 5e VTT stuff once 2024 and Wizards of the Coast has planned for D&D Beyond and the VTT of theirs, which is still in the alpha development baby stages. D&D Beyond, of course, is running a sale on both their physical and digital product. D&D Beyond doesn't have any physical product. It's all digital. What it has is the ability to order the things that they will send you. So 40% off on a lot of the digital stuff. This sale will run through the end of July. Of course, again, buying anything at D&D Beyond at this point in time is pointless because we don't know the future of D&D Beyond. Itch.io has a summer sale of up to 90% off over 100 listings, including, I guess they're running a jam for Shadow Dark, and I want to support Kelsey. But you know what we think about Itch.io. You remember Itch.io. They're the company that called me a Nazi because I am friends with Grim Jim, who apparently is also a Nazi, according to Itch.io. So, yeah, you know what we feel about those guys. Darker Hues Studios is running a sale for everything that they have. It's 40% off. The coupon code is summertime, including some other stuff like Harlem Unbound and Haunted West. Darker Hues Studios, I don't know what they make, but they've got an online store. They make Haunted West, which is Weird West, that appears to be it. They made a game called Haunted West, and it's on sale for 40% off. There's a Pocket Quest 2023 Game Jam has gotten a lot of mention. If you haven't had a chance to pick it up, here's a good chance with over 50 games from first-time publishers for $99. That's 48% off the original price of a bunch of PDFs. So for over $100, for $99, for $100, you can get 50 plus games from publishers of PDFs. Again, that feels like a lot of money. Now onto the charity bundle, and of course, top of the charity bundles, we have the continuing Owen Casey Steffens Assist His Battle with Cancer collection. For $15, we have the Like a Boss Book of Boss Encounters, which is a still growing book being contributed to by multiple creators, including people over at Paizo, 5e, Ostrix, Starfinder, and more, as well as the Cypher system. It's a bunch of adventures, a bunch of monsters, a bunch of ideas for high-level play. Everything that you invest in this goes directly to the medical bills, or you could just go to Owen's page and donate directly and bypass the middleman. Fire Ruby Designs is still running their Warlock Warp Store bundle for the Warlock role-playing game at $13. This goes to direct relief, which means 10% goes to a charity of your choice. This is the Early Games Workshop and other British RPG-inspired Warlock role-playing game and their space game, Warp Star. It's a name you hear constantly floating around, especially if you are, even slightly involved in the OSR. It's one of those games that, has received amazing press and everybody says great things about it, but you're like, but I've never actually seen it. So here's a chance to check out the mysterious but supposedly awesome Warlock and Warp Star for $13. Ulysses Spiel is still running their mega bundle for the Dark Eye, the Dark Eye being the #1 selling role-playing game since 1984 in Germany and parts of Europe. So if you want to check out a interesting 5e alternative and check out what all our friends over at the other side of the world are playing, $25 gets you the entire bundle of everything that's been made for the Dark Eye since 1984 all the way up to today. It's direct relief, which means 10% goes to a charity of your choice. We have the Ultimate RPG bundle is still going on. It's been extended yet another week. This contains all these books on made-up languages, civilization, how to build cities, world-building tools. It's $18, gets you 40 books. And this goes to support literacy charities. The Black Library has a brand new Chronicles of the World of Warhammer bundle. This features fiction books set in both the World of Warhammer and the World of Warhammer 40K. 27 PDFs of books, $18 is the most popular pledge, and that goes to literacy charities throughout the United States and Europe. So if you want to help people learn how to read, buy a bunch of digital books for $18, months and months of Warhammer-centric reading, and support literacy. We've got a bundle of terrain for 3D printer fans. This comes to us from the 3D Fantasy Miniature Bundle. This features over 30 3D printer files for minis and equipment and buildings and furniture and set dressing. And $25. This all goes to Make-A-Wish. But of course, this is a STL file. So before you install them and run them on your 3D printer, should you be lucky enough to have a 3D printer, what do we say we do, boys and girls? What do we say we do when we get new software on our computer? Yes, you in the back. Checking for viruses and malware. Yes, good answer. Gold star for you. That's it for all today's tabletop role-playing game charity sales and bundles. If any of those sound like something you want to pick up, let me know which ones. These can always be found on Drive-Thru RPG, DM's Guild RPG, and Humble Bumble RPG. Links are always available if you want to check them out. And remember to tell them that the OG GM sent you, which means absolutely nothing, but I like to know people are talking about me. Till next time, if you appreciate this content, let me know. If you never want to hear me talk about this ever again, let me know. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe yet, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, hit that thumbs up button so you always know what's going on in my crazy life. And of course, buy my merch. Links down below. I will talk to you later. See ya.